My husband is starting acting unusual and getting angry easily and frustrated. I went to the clinic and the doctor said, I think your husband should be in the hospital right now.
She fell down from the bed. She didn't know what day was. And I phoned the doctors, the hospital, and they wanted me to bring her. Very difficult to get the ambulance. And I thought, gosh, what's going on in the well? I mean, I have got somebody who's dying in my hands.
When he admitted to the hospital for a week, he was in isolation, and I wasn't allowed to see him. It took only a week. It took him downhill. He finished. Since that time, I was regretted and I was blaming myself, and I said why I did let them to take him to the hospital. I didn't know. If I knew, I wouldn't. He didn't come back.
She had another fall and she had another stroke, and all this kind of deterioration started. The main kind of maybe emotional impact was long struggling with dilemma. Should I put her in a home and have normal life like I did before, or I have to devote my life to look after my mom? While she's still alive, a lot of practical and emotional help a person who look after these people needs.
Now it's more than 2 years he is there, and I'm traveling 3 days a week. It takes me 2 hours to get there and 2 hours to come back. And I have home, I have children.
It was up to a stage when my toaster wasn't working, my electric kettle wasn't working, my fridge wasn't working. And I thought, what am I going to do? Because I need help from somebody.
It's not like people who go and work every day. They have colleagues, peers, fellows, and they can spend all day with them chatting, not only about job, but about something else. But when you completely isolated, emotional help is very, very, very important.
Caring for somebody, it's a multi-strand, multitude of needs. If you haven't got the inner strength to cope with somebody else's problems, then that can be a problem, so it's a deterrent. Also the finances as well, and then of course it's knowing what is around you medically, how the NHS is going to help. I phoned them up and, thank God I did. They said, right, okay, well, we have got to ask you lots of questions. How are you coping? And I said, well, I'm not.
My English is not very good, and I didn't know what to ask, what to say, So I contacted Francis, and in every meeting, when it was in the hospital, I called him and he came and joined the meeting, and he did support me. He argued about my travel expenses with the mental health team, and he got £1,000 per year, which is nothing, but if my advocate from Care Network didn't do that for me, I wouldn't get it from them. No one would do that for me.
Francis, he runs this program End of Life, and it was mainly about how to arrange care, how to look after yourself, and how to, for example, financial, how to arrange power of attorney, and he helped me. This power of attorney was arranged when she still had mental capacity, but she doesn't have now, and it's very difficult.
Emotional workshops for carers, it's one of the things that it must stay there all the time. Teaching anybody in life about humanity and looking after humans, it's not just a workshop for 2 hours, not 3, 4 or 5. Sometimes one thing leads into another. I wasn't expecting that after my wife recovered that she was going to trip over a carpet, and suddenly she is in intensive care for 3 days. So, the emotional care for carers, it's very important. It's got to be on a continuing basis.
think first time my husband had found that he had a dementia, I think 2022. But since this year, I think she's getting worse. It's very important to have this career network, you know.
My mom is dementia. She has asthma, diabetic.
I didn't know all about it, that I can claim 500 pounds, that it's say that it helps you, you know, that you take your husband sometimes to cinema, or sometimes we go out for a meal.
We go on holiday somewhere. She has some family in Leeds, and when she met them, she will be happy. If the carriers don't support me, I can manage.
I do join the coffee morning, and I love that because it is in person and there is other carers. It does help a lot because you feel I'm not alone. There is a lot of people like me who are going through the same life. You know, it helps a lot.
You can meet people and chat, or they arrange some entertainment events. Sometimes we meet together and chat outside of Carers Network. I feel grateful for this organization. So I decided to pay back somehow, and I took part in this half marathon run and raised quite a lot of money on my first half marathon.
I thought I can actually give myself into here, which is encouragement to other people. I started a music workshop that make the time a bit of a happy time. It's my contribution towards carers. I'm already preparing to see whether I can do a bit of fundraising with making a concert. So if you can sing, please do come along. And if you can play an instrument, you're quite welcome to come. Carers Network actually can provide some of these facilities that the council probably is not prepared to do.
Once a week I go with a friend for a walk, and we say to each other, we are lucky to have these things in Westminster. In other boroughs, I think they don't have these facilities.
So I think Carers Network really are contributing tremendously towards not just the caring, but what is actually surrounding the caring.
It does help a lot. It's like sometimes when you're alone and you don't have family, when someone is helping you, you think, this is my family, you know?
Carers Network are providing like the emotional intelligence, psychology talks, money talks, etc. I think they all part of the front line. So whoever the funders are out there, please keep it going. I treasure very much the Carers Network because they did rescue me in many different ways.